This week we're going to highlight the price changes associated with the USDA May supply-demand report. Then we're going to turn our attention to crop progress here in the U.S. as well as short-term weather trends. We're going to briefly look at weather trends in Brazil. Then we're going to briefly look at U.S. export sales trends, and then wrap things up with a long-term review of December corn futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the corn market. We've moved into the month of May here, and of course it's time to plant corn. Before we get to that though, we're going to highlight the price changes historically that have been seen associated with the May supply-demand report from the USDA. Let's take a look at those. We're going back 10 years ago. Again now, we're looking at Monday, May 12th, 11 a.m. The USDA will release its monthly supply-demand report. We're looking at price changes here over the last 10 years, both to the upside and the downside of some significant quantities. Up to 10 cents a bushel on the upside, nearly 10 cents a bushel on the downside in some of those years. Key message, we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to have your risk management positions in place prior to the release of the report. Let's shift gears now and focus on corn planting progress here in the U.S. Looking at our map here, nationwide we're at 40% done. We've highlighted an area that's running a bit behind average, however, highlighted by Illinois at 12 points behind average, Wisconsin 5 points, looking at Missouri 3 points and Iowa 4 points. Parts of southeast Minnesota have also been looking at some cool wet weather. So those are areas that are a bit behind at this time. Looking historically, again at 40% here, highlighting here over the next 2 weeks on average approximately 34% of the corn is planted between May 4th and May 18th. So weather permitting, we may be pushing 75% by the middle of May. Speaking of weather, let's take a look at the short-term trends. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-Storm weather. Starting out here looking at some rain through Friday, Saturday of this week. Heaviest amounts, as you can see there in the south. Looking ahead now to Sunday through Tuesday, May 11th through the 13th. Most of the rain will be in the southeast and not much in the Midwest. Let's take a look at now corn production in the background. All within that purple line, if you will. Looks like it's going to be dry for the next 7 to 10 days and some good planting opportunities. Let's quantify rainfall now over the next 2 weeks. Again, looking at that area we highlighted a moment ago, it looks like it's going to be slightly dry for that area, including Illinois, Wisconsin, southeast Minnesota, Iowa, and Missouri. So it looks like we could have some good planting progress in that region. Let's shift gears now and focus on Brazil, looking at where the corn is planted for the double crop corn. Looking here at several key states, Mato Grosso being the key one in the north, stretching further south into Paraná. Let's look at rainfall now over the next 2 weeks. It looks like the dry season has started across Brazil, but here's the key message. It looks like most of those areas did receive ample rain during key pollination period in April. So even though the dry season maybe has started 5 to 10 days early, it doesn't look to be a catastrophic situation at this point. Let's shift gears now and focus on export trends in the U.S. Let's take a look at unshipped export sales of corn. We're looking here at all destinations. You can see we're at a 3-year high. If we remove China from the equation, however, we're looking at the second highest level of the last 20 years. A key point, though, at 26% unshipped sales as a percent of USDA's annual forecast are close to a multi-year low. This raises the possibility the market could see cancellations should Brazil's crop conditions continue to improve. Let's wrap things up this week. Look at the trends in December corn. December corn, as you tape here on Tuesday, is trading near $4.40 a bushel. Look back at those last several years. Look at that potential for price volatility here between the middle of May and harvest. That's why it's critical to continue to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. And make sure to join our ATI Pro Media team on Monday, May 12th, shortly before 11 a.m. for a live update following the USDA report. And then make sure to join us at 1:30 p.m. for a detailed market analysis. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.